Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Pro Antagonist channel. We've got another tier list for today. We're going to do Legend of Zelda games, and it's mainly only going to be the mainline series games because I haven't played a lot of the spin-offs. But I might add some stuff. I might do a better comprehensive list in the future, but kind of wanted to see how this would go because I'm really not sure of my opinions on a lot of them. I kind of got to think. Start off with well, we'll go in order. We'll start with the original Legend of Zelda, and that's like a that's easily from S to D. Yeah, there's no F tier Zelda game, so I'm gonna put this one at B tier. So yeah, Legend of Zelda the original, great game overall. You know, you got to do a lot of things that like most games you couldn't do back in that day. First game that had like save data and basically the first RPG ever, in a sense at least. And well, on Nintendo, I believe. I don't quote me on like big facts like that. I'm pretty sure it was the first RPG, but yeah, Zelda the original was one of the best games of all time, probably throughout all of human history. Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. I feel like this one actually did pretty well. Like I played it. I haven't actually beaten this one. I've come close to beating the first one. These are actually kind of hard games. So I'm not being a super Zelda fan. I haven't beat all these games, but yeah, Zelda 2: Adventure of Link, pretty dang good. I would say that it was a pretty good sequel. I think I might drop it to C though, just because this list is gonna have like 5 tiers, and there aren't too many games, and some of the games are really good. I'm gonna go with next on the list. What do we have? Link to the Past, right? Here's Link to the Past. Here's Link to the Past. Some people like it. I personally am not a huge fan, but I think that in essence, I think Link to the Past is good enough to where it would stay in maybe the top of C tier. Because for me, Link to the Past feels similar to Four Swords. And is there Four Swords on this list? I don't think there. Well, actually, yeah. There's Four Swords Adventure. That can go in C tier as well. But I don't know. Four Swords Adventure seems alright, but like as far as GameCube games go, it's not all that great. This is way out of order because I just thought about like this is a Four Swords game, and I wasn't really into any of the Four Swords stuff. But let's see. Next we've got Legend of Zelda. Where's the Game Boy one? See, I gotta find things in this list. They have the Game Boy one, Link's Awakening. Yeah, Game Boy. Okay. Yeah. Link's Awakening. That one's pretty good. I would put this one a little bit above. I don't know that I would say it's as good as the original Legend of Zelda, but it's really honestly not that bad. As far as Zelda games go, I think that really Link's Awakening was sort of like one of those like Game Boy showcase games where you could really show how good it was. Um, these two, we got Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. I never played them, so dunno. Like, I don't think there's any D tier games on this list, but yeah, I just don't know. I really don't know for that one. Most people like I haven't played some of these. Actually, let's see. There should be another game I haven't played somewhere around here. Phantom Hourglass, I don't know. And Spirit Tracks, I don't know. But honestly, those are games. All four of those games are games that people tell me aren't really all that worth it. And oh, also the that Three Heroes one, the one where we plays three instead of four. I don't know that one either. Figure we just get those out of the way. But I'll make an updated list of this someday, with like all the Zelda games, and probably even get some help for that because my takes aren't always the best. Although we gotta really jump into the good games here. See, we've got the two new games, but everyone knows Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I think that's an A tier. The reason I say A tier, a lot of people think Ocarina of Time is like the best Zelda game. Ocarina established a lot, but it wasn't like perfect. In my opinion, Ocarina had a very basic story, and it did what it did very well. And as far as Zelda games go, it's hard to do better than that. But I feel like there are some games that have just gone the extra mile to do better. As far as story goes, I'm going to say that the Majora's Mask is an S tier game, and that's one gonna be one of my only S tier games on here. Majora's Mask, it's just the story was so good. You had in-game stuff to do. They made very good use of their set pieces. It was like a mod for like someone made a modded game almost. That's kind of what I feel like it is. Someone did a good job with that. They made Ocarina of Time better, but Ocarina of Time like or they made the Ocarina of Time game engine have a better game. Ocarina of Time was very basic, but it was still very good. Uh, I can't knock almost any of these games at all. They're some of the best games of all time in this list. Go with I guess what's next on here? The Minish Cap. The Minish Cap is something I've never played, but my homie, it's his favorite Zelda game. One of my guys, he loves the Minish Cap, and I've never played it, so I really can't say anything about it. But oh well. Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds is also one. Now that I think about it, I never played. So this is the thing of like Zelda games. This is gonna show a lot of my stupid. Actually, wait a minute. Which no, I have played a little bit of one of these. I'm sure. No, I guess not. I don't know. I played some Four Swords stuff. Played I played like every Zelda GameCube game, every Wii game, every like old console game. It's just that the a lot of the Game Boy and DS ones I really haven't touched, and that definitely shows. I actually own both Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages now, but I haven't touched them yet. I just bought them recently. Back to Zelda games I do know about. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is probably one of the best Zelda games ever. They made an open world. This was like the first open world Zelda game, where like you had all sorts of stuff to do. It's like Zelda One Piece. You got to go around looking for treasure and fighting people and going to different islands. Definitely not One Piece exactly because it's not that piratey, but yeah, Wind Waker was definitely great. You had so many things to do in that game. It really was the first like big open world game that I can think of being a major hit, like well before Skyrim and Oblivion, well before all that other stuff. See, that was good. Another game, Twilight Princess. I'm gonna put Twilight Princess in A tier. Twilight Princess has such an amazing story. It's very dark. Actually, you know what? Knock that up to S tier because Twilight Princess is good. I'd say it's good enough to warrant it. Like a lot of the old Zelda games are sort of the ones that I'm not super sure on because I'm like, Link's Awakening, Link to the Past. Those aren't like amazing. Twilight Princess has one of the best stories I've ever seen. The stuff with Midna is excellent. Link is excellent in that game. The Wolf Link. There's so many cool things in Twilight Princess. I just for GameCube, all these titles, really. The Wii. We're going on to the Wii now because this is we're merged from GameCube to Wii. Now we have Skyward Sword, and I'm not putting that in S tier. I'm gonna put that in. I'll put it just below the original Zelda because I feel like Skyward Sword. There's a lot of good things about the game, but it just wasn't polished. The motion controls weren't great, and a lot of aspects of that game were a little bit forgettable, in my opinion. Like the story was kind of forgettable. The well, aside from Zelda herself, I feel like I like the Zelda and Skyward Sword the most. Out of one of the Zeldas I like the most in Legend of Zelda was Skyward Sword, but Skyward Sword, crappy motion controls, didn't get to fight Ganon. Like a lot of things that some people liked about it are just things that I didn't really like. Um, I don't know. Skyward Sword is it's hard because it's not a bad game. It's just like where do I put it? It's tough. Um, let's see. Breath of the Wild, boom, A tier. I think it's a really good game. I don't think it's like I'll put it above Ocarina. How about that? Put it above Ocarina. Well, I don't know. It's hard. I'll put it behind Ocarina for now because I played Skyward Sword. I mean Skyward Sword. I played Breath of the Wild, and that game is a really really long game if you actually play it the way I play it, where I like to go and like look at things and investigate things and um, figure out the mechanics and stuff like that. Like I remember spending before I even got like almost any of the story done, like 10 hours just running around the world and doing stuff. Like I think I did a couple random quests or something like that, and it was just so much stuff. That game is just so much stuff. I love the little what are they called? The Guardians. They're like the little robot things. I love those so much. I don't know why they don't have those as much anymore because they don't. I don't believe they have those in Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, Guardians, very very cool. I liked the open world stuff a lot. I didn't like the fact that some of the weapons just had no durability, but I mean, I like the fact that Zelda became more of an RPG when it went back to this versus Skyward Sword, where it's like it's just sort of an adventure game. Um, and then finally, Tears of the Kingdom. Boom! I'm gonna put this one above Ocarina because I've seen gameplay of it, and there's so many good things about it. Maybe it's a recency bias. I got to experience a little bit through vicariously through another person. I was watching it and I was just blown away. Like I've been not like all of these games. I've not beaten a single one of them. All the 12 of the games that are on here, but I've played substantial amounts of most of them. Um, and Tears of the Kingdom, I'm just gonna give my take because I've seen enough and I've played enough. Tears of the Kingdom is basically Breath of the Wild with so much more. Like it has an underworld and an overworld. Like an overworld, like in the sky. They have the little caverns underground. It's very cool. They have a lot of old enemies, which is really cool. I'd never thought that I would see a bunch of like the Gleox and that thing that whatever that thing is. Well, there's a bunch of old enemies in that game that they brought back, but then they still have like a lot of really cool Breath of the Wild features. They have like all the structures and things you can build, like all the like little movement things, and it's really cool. I'd never thought that Zelda like 7 8 years ago. I was very bearish on Zelda. I guess I would say that Zelda was going into a dumpster very fast because all they kept doing were remakes, and it was just like they didn't have a good game. And then Breath of the Wild came around. I'm like, all right, this is not a bad game. I actually like it. Overworld stuff's a little daring, but it's something I enjoy more than like Skyrim. Mainly because Skyrim's very bleak and dreary, and I just don't really like the immersion factor in Skyrim isn't that fun for me. So I don't know, but that's my hot take of the day. I don't love Skyrim as much as I like Breath of the Wild. Go at me, fan base. But yeah, I think this is actually a solid list. I do need to play more Zelda games though for the handheld stuff. I played Link's Awakening, but I think that's the only one. That and Four Swords, the actual Four Swords. I'm interested because I think Link to the Past 2 or whatever, Four Swords Adventure, like it's technically a remake, but it's not, and it's odd. I don't know because they only had like the main line of Zelda games on here. But let me know what you think about it in the comments. Let me know what I got right and what I got wrong. Am I just a total nut job, or do I have good takes on this stuff? I'm like a half Zelda fan. Um, and we'll be doing polls actually on what I end up tier listing later in the future. You can go subscribe to me and go follow me on Patreon. $3 a month. You get to access the polls. You probably have a big voice in the polls too. And definitely follow me on Twitter for future updates. I'll be on vacation, so I'll probably be more active on Twitter than I normally am. And then yeah, I guess that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.